EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So a good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Contreras. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Throw left side, complete. That's Contreras. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Extra score, Saints 7, Lions nothing. Will Lutz to kick.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Detroit.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Lions.
They'll look to throw again. Screenplay, Johnson. That catch good for only a couple.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
The Lions first down.
They toss it out right to Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Richard.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Left sideline. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. They'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Down Detroit.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Johnson on the carry.
Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Jackson now to return. A good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Coleman. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll score on a 36-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Moore. And he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought him down.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
10 at the 37-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Moore. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Julian Okwara. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Moore. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Will Lutz lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Saints 14, Lions 7. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
DeAndre Swift.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a pickup of 3.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's Tyler Newsome now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
To throw is Moore. Throwing on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints add on to their lead.
For the point after.
touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st down, Lions.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw in deep for Galladay. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now more. On 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Given right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Moore. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Touchdown.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Loose football. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Saints 35, Lions 7. Will Lutz to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chelsea Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. It's their cornerback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Saints are pouring it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
Littleton on the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. Rings up 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one.
And this is going to be intercepted. That's Clayton Dix with a pick. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Jackson now to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
4 yards on the
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
7 yards there and a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Moore. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a gain of 34. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. He's going to let it go again. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves to James. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back, not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and goal. at the Lions' 7-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Moore. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and scoop and a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Jackson now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake. Moore. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Trey Flowers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off play action. Moore. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Saints just continue to roll. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Yards to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. There on the return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now 1st down throw complete downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. More now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're working inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like,
and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
It's a gain of 53 yards. And the Lions.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 20. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Right back to him on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Tackle made there by Camille Correa. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Moore. His throw caught about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
The 4-yard line.
Here's Moore. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
63, Lions 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to see what's served with that place against it. Focusing on me,
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up near the 44. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown
This thing is ugly. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Complete.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
A gain of 25 yards. And the Lions 1st down.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
And a disappointing way to close out the season. You got into the playoffs but couldn't really make